My name's Cesar Galindo. I was born in Houston, Texas, and I currently live in New York City. I'm actually co-chair for World AIDS Day in Houston, Texas this year, and I designed 17 original gowns, all in red, and they're all going to be auctioned off actually during the luncheon, which I'm really excited about. I mean, when I was really young in Texas, I remember talking to my mother about this and telling her that I've lost over 100 people, and I was a teenager, and she didn't understand it. She couldn't wrap her head around it. She didn't know what was going on, and honestly, I didn't know either. But I do remember being in people's hospital rooms, and these were like my gay mothers and fathers, and telling me that I needed to live life to its fullest and live for them because they weren't going to live any longer, and they were just basically experiments of medications that were just killing them. And I grew up with that at a really young age, and I saw that in front of me. It really opened my eyes to the reality of life, as far as how precious it is, and how much you can miss somebody, how much you can miss a community. I mean, there's a whole gay community that's missing. Are we supposed to experience that much death in our age, at a young age? I didn't think we should have, but I didn't have any choices. That was the path that we were existing with. So I moved to New York City 22 years ago with my partner, Brian Nelson. We were together for 11 years, and he was diagnosed with HIV, and it became full-blown AIDS, and at that time it was a whole different era. This was at a time before the meds came into play, and we weren't so educated or aware, or maybe we were just in denial about the situation. I knew that Brian was sick, and but of course, we were hoping that he was going to get better, and we didn't know what it was. We actually had a diagnosis that there was something wrong with his spine. There was something wrong with his back, his lower back. So we kind of dealt with it that way. Chiropractor, everything else you could imagine, besides going to a real doctor. And not that chiropractors aren't real doctors, because I have full respect for them, but we didn't expand upon thoughts of it being something else. I went to Vegas for market, and then I got the call and said, my friend said, we have to take Brian to the hospital. You need to come home now. And that was just like, okay, I need to go home. And of course, finding out that it's Burkitt's lymphoma, and then realizing after the fact that, well, not during the situation, that it was HIV. And his situation was pretty rapid and an advanced stage that his diagnosis was death. So it's like we tried the best we could, and you embrace it. You play all the best music that they love for them, and you dance for them, and you act silly for them because you just want to make a smile on their face. So it's a very special time when you realize how bonded you are with somebody that you love. And it doesn't even have to be a partner, it could be your loved ones, like your mother, your father, sister, brother. When someone can't talk to you because they have everything put in their mouth, and they're looking at you, and all you're doing is dancing around to make them roll their eyes and kind of put a grin on their face. It's the simplest things probably one can do. I mean, I did it, and that sounds kind of crazy. I actually never really admitted that so many times, but I did do it. Yeah. So, it's the simplest form of communication. Sometimes just body dialogue. You walk into the room as happy as you can be, even though it's a bittersweet moment.